So RBI is the regulatory body. Under that, they have various kind of financial institutions with a specific charter. For example, there are banks. In banks also, there are various different kind of categories. There are general banks, or there are small business banks, there are cooperative banks, there are district commercial banks. They're all licenses exist because RBI expect them to cater to a particular set of customers or a particular geography, so that there is a financial service available across the length and breadth of the country, right? That is RBI's objective. Now, similarly, to meet that and further that objective, we have these non-banking financial companies as well. The difference between non-banking financial companies and banks is that most of the NBFCs, they cannot take deposits, okay, versus bank can take deposits, right? You can put your FD, and that is what bank uses to lend forward. In NBFCs, we don't get deposits. We have to borrow the money from market. So there are various ways by which I can borrow the money. I can borrow the money from banks, like any of you, or we can borrow the money from individuals through non-convertible debentures, CCDs. There are some other kind of instruments. Okay. So difference between, so that is one structural or regulatory difference between banks and NBFCs. The other difference between NBFCs are catering to the area which traditionally banks have stayed away from. That is primarily the small, medium scale businesses. Because you can imagine the banks, especially incumbent banks who have been there for years, their entire processes are very human intensive, right? So for them, it is always beneficial to do a 1 crore loan compared to a 5 lakh loan or a 10 lakh loan, right? Because the effort is same, okay? Because their operational efficiency with respect to technology, the processes, and all that underwriting is not very optimal, because it is set in a particular era and it is set for a particular use. And I think we have kind of outlived that entire time. So NBFCs, and more so recently, are very well known for putting a lot of technology at place, trying to do a lot of things automated way, trying to provide door kind of service, trying to play at a very small size kind of loans. They also provide all these kind of business loans like term loans, working capital loans, line of credit. You need invoice discounting. These various kind of products are also available. The other benefit of NBFCs are, because of technology and all that, they are very innovative in product structuring as well. So you will find a lot of different kind of products they are providing which are suitable for businesses, and not trying to retrofit a cookie cutter product on any business, because every business's cash flow cycle, the way they operate, their operating environment, how their customers paying them, what kind of investment they need is very different. So you need a variety kind of product to kind of address that need. So NBFCs kind of offer that product. So for micro and small businesses, primarily NBFCs are actually growing their share of overall credit exposure a lot faster than banks are. Banks are still important because they have a, tremendous wherewithal, the kind of capital they have and all that. Of course, banks can offer you much better interest rate than NBFCs. NBFCs are slightly on the higher side when it comes to interest rate, because they are taking those risks on the new emerging segments, new to credit people, people who do not have as much of business vintage, or people do not have as much of a strong credit history. So that's kind of basic difference between NBFCs and banks in terms of their ability to take risk, their availability of technology, the kind of service they can provide, kind of new variety of products they can provide.